All right, thanks for joining everyone. We're going to give everyone a minute or two to jump on and then we'll get started. All right, let's dive on in. Hi, everyone. Welcome to today's deminar. That's part demo and part webinar, in case you were wondering. I'd like to also introduce our partner, Rob from Asyma Solutions. We're so excited to be co-hosting this webinar together, and I'm going to let Rob say a few words here.
Good morning, everybody. Looking forward to this webinar on soothing your AP pain points, where you'll learn about technology available for Sage Solutions. Asyma has been working with Quadient for several years, and we want to make sure to keep our customers informed on the technology that's available that will help streamline your operations. We hope you enjoy the presentation. I'll now move it back to the Quadient team.
Awesome. Thanks, Rob. In soothing your AP pain with Sage AP automation, we're going to explore some of the most common pain points in accounts payable. That's the webinar bit. Then we're going to show you a quick demo of Sage AP automation and explore our great features act as a remedy to those aches and pains. That's the demo bit. And hello, everyone. My name is Shakira. I'll be your host for today. I'm an account executive with Sage AP Automation, and I'll be taking you under the hood of our automation software later on in this session and showing you how it can help optimize your AP workflows. Then there's a Q&A at the end, so if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat and we will address them when we get there. So I want to take this opportunity to ask a quick question. How many invoices do you process every month? You can post them in the chat, and I think we do have a poll as well. We'll give you a few minutes to vote here, so make sure you jump on in and answer those. All right, so we have quite a bit of range here. So it looks like everyone has various different types of invoice volume that you see per month. So you can start to crunch the math in your head regarding the amount of times and dollars spent processing all those invoices. So let's get right into it. We're here to talk about the accounts payable pain points holding your team back. The things that sometimes make AP are a real P in the A. So what are they? Our first pain point is a big one, manual data entry. According to Lavelle Research, 71% of companies point to manual data entry and related process inefficiencies as their top pain point. What that tells us is that manual data entry sucks and most people know it. But why is it such a pain point? Well, a lot of finance professionals are making important business decisions based on inaccurate financials. According to the Blackline research, an incredible 41% of finance pros blame manual data entry for those dodgy numbers. Sage research has also shown that accountants spend up to 57% of their day entering data, leaving little room for anything else. And here's one final stat to hit you with. Despite all of this, 86% of SMEs still enter their invoice data by hand. So manual data entry is a major problem, and yet little is being done about it. If none of these points we've just discussed have resonated with you, then you're in the minority. Most AP teams grapple with these same issues, and it's invariable. It's just because they're wedded to legacy manual processes. So we're going to jump into our demo. We're going to jump into our demo and show you how Sage AP automation can help to address some of these pain points and leave you hours back in your day just by taking care of manual data entry. All right, and this screen here. So let's dive on into how we can help with data entry. So of course, we are pulling in your invoices into our platform. High level overview, we have the modules on the side, your tabs at the top, and your invoices in the workspace. When you click into an invoice, of course, you are going to see that you have the image of the invoice here. We are capturing 99% of this data for you before you even jump in to view it. We're going to capture the entity, the vendor, PO number if applicable, invoice dates, due dates, invoice numbers, as well as subtotals, totals, and taxes. So when it comes down to the line item levels, we have a few ways to manage that for you as well. So if you see recurring invoices, such as utility bills that are coded the same every month based on the vendor, all you have to do is click Smart Code, Import, and these line items adjust based off how you always code this invoice. It's kind of copy paste coding month to month. So instead of having to do the same thing over and over, it's just a click of a button. We also have a feature for if you are processing purchase orders. So because we import your purchase orders along with that data and receivings data, we pull this number on the invoice, we populate both documents side by side. From there, just another click of a button, adopt from purchase order, you can see your purchase order line item, your received amount. You're going to select this line item, click adopt lines, and now your invoice is fully coded with accurate data, and you also have your three-way match. This is all done automatically with the click of a button. The final way for us to code invoices is called line item capture. This helps when you have just an invoice with no purchase order, and these line items, they might not be the same every month. So a good example, let's just say we can add a line. We are going to read the full line of this invoice, and let's just say we pull a description and it's chairs. We're going to pull unit cost, quantity, subtotals, totals, taxes, everything on this right side. Then when it comes to the left side, we are going to go through your GL account, find the most appropriate GL to tag it to, and now you have a fully coded invoice. The idea is with data entry is we're pulling in this invoice, we are doing the heavy lifting, but we still need you to jump in and verify. So this is going to bring down your workload and the time that it takes to actually code invoices. And now let's jump back into the presentation. So let's explore our second pain point, the approval process. If you spent days knocking on doors and chasing signatures, you're not alone. We've surveyed over 200 AP professionals and found that they spent on average 20% of their time managing approvals. Add that to the time spent on manual data entry, and we're up to 77%. We're running out of the day already. A complex approval process gum up the works. It takes about 45 days to process an invoice, pushing the average cost per invoice past $15. Delays in the approval process have knockoff effects too. Late payments, missed early payment discounts, and damaged vendor relationships are all potential consequences of approval roadblocks. And if none of the pain points have resonated with you so far, then you're still in the minority. Most AP teams grapple with the same issues and invariable because they're wedded to the legacies. So let's jump into the demo and let's show you how we can eliminate these approval roadblocks. And for approval, so we're back on this coding screen. So all the AP team has to do is click this button at the top, and now this invoice is routed to the appropriate approver based on the criteria that you are wanting us to send this by. So let's jump into the back end and I'll show you how we set this up. So under the Invoices tab, we can create approval channels based on any criteria that you like. So this can change company to company. This can change invoice to invoice. So we are going to structure this based on your specific needs. So let's do a basic one here together. let's just say marketing invoices. We can add in dollar thresholds, which we can touch on later, but of course we're going to pull in your lists. So let's just start off with a very basic one. Let's save this here. So we have a marketing invoice and we have tagged it to the department marketing and we have added in Jackie. She's our marketing manager. So this means anything tagged to this department is going to Jackie for approval. Of course, if we want to get very specific, we can add in dollar thresholds. So let's just say anything under $1,000 is good for Jackie to approve by herself. If let's edit this again. Let's just say now it's over $1,000. Let's just say over 2,000. We're going to save this. And now we can add on a second level of approval if we need to. So let's just say we need Jill, she's our CEO, to jump on as a second level because it is over this dollar threshold. So these are very customizable. We can do anything that you're needing us to do in the system. And it makes it easy for the AP team because they don't have to remember this workflow and this approval structure. It's in the back end, it's tagged, they just have to click a button. So what do approvers actually see? So they're going to get an email notification just once a day saying to jump on into this approval channel. There's a link, they click it, they're directed right here within our platform. And of course, we're doing this on a desktop today. However, we do have a mobile app as well. So if they're maybe not tied to their desk, they're at different job sites, whatever it may be, they can still get these approvals done. And of course, when they jump in, they are just seeing the invoices that they need to specifically approve. When they click in, they're going to see the image of the invoice. They'll see all the details, any comments left from the AP team. From here, if it looks good, approve. If we need to reject it, click this X. And this could be a rejection, like we are rejecting this invoice, delete it, whatever it may be. Or maybe it's a simple change as well. So they can say change the GL account from 1882, so change to 15 or 1050. Reject this. This goes back to the AP team, but the comment is essential and it is necessary in our system. It's just to eliminate the back and forth amongst teams so everyone knows what's being done with this invoice. So it's as easy as that. Again, clicks of a button, it's all automated. We're going to streamline this and make sure we get it done. So let's jump back on into the slides. All right, so let's consider our final AP pain point, a lack of data visibility and reliability. As it stands, finance executives are not confident in the accuracy of their cash flow data. According to Blackline, 49% have multiple issues with data accuracy, while an incredible 98% think they could have more confidence in their data visibility. And Experian research has shown how businesses believe 32% of their data to be inaccurate, while 66% of finance employees think their CEOs have made business decisions based on incomplete or inaccurate data. Yikes. And according to research from University of Hawaii, an incredible 88% of spreadsheets contain inaccuracies. So it's no wonder that finance professionals aren't exactly happy with the state of their financial information. You might have noticed that we're back to where we started, manual data entry. It's time-consuming, inaccurate, and error-prone, leaving finance leaders to rely on bad financial information. It's the opposite of a virtuous cycle. And we're going to jump on into the demo and show you how AP automation can help address some of those inaccuracies with your financial data. All right, so let's go over data accuracy. So of course, after approval, we're getting invoices back into your financial systems. That's what this tab is here. On top of just that export, so now both systems have the same data. So we eliminate those inaccuracies, eliminate any errors, eliminate any sync errors. We also file this information for you in this archive tab. It is cloud-based. It can be accessible by anyone that needs this information. And we have filed this information for you. So we've eliminated paper cabinets and everything is here. And on top of filing, we also present audit trails and reporting functionality as well. This is your one-stop shop for everything that you need. So we have multiple ways to run reports and searches. So of course, easiest at the top is a search button. If you're looking for a GL account, type that in. Screen is going to filter with a list of everything relating to that GL. You can type in a vendor, and now you have a vendor folder of everything from Amazon throughout historical, for as long as you've been using the software. Now we can add in cross filters as well. So under this tab, we can now apply other filters. Maybe we'll want to see a due date range. We can apply this. Maybe we also want to see a paid status. Maybe anything attached to a PO. You can apply all these levels of filtering. When you click apply, add in your date ranges, paid status, everything like that. And we can now narrow down what we're actually seeing. So of course, this is a bird's eye view into what you want to see in your report. You can click into them individually, or we can actually generate reports as well. So when we select this, we can jump on in, we can generate a CSV, of course, pulling everything into Excel, or we can do a PDF. This is your audit trail. This is your paperless paper copy. And of course, we've tagged everything that you need to see. When we download this, it's going to generate this beautiful summary sheet for us with your totals on the bottom. You can see your fields on the top and all of your invoices listed here. And we do hyperlink everything, so you can just click down, select the invoice that you want to see. You're going to see the actual image of the invoice, all of your details on the top. And as you scroll down, you see your full coding history, your full approval history, the actions, it's date stamped by the user, comments are tagged, and if you are using purchase orders, your purchase order is also there. This is your full audit trail. If you ever need to go through an audit, generate a report with the invoices needed, download this, email it to your auditor. On top of that, we also have an auditor access. So if you didn't even want to run this report, download it, send it off, you can actually just give your auditor read-only access and they can do this. So I have seen some customers, they have gone through an audit and this could take up to a month of someone's time. We've eliminated all of that just by giving someone access and they get that whole month back to process their AP. So it can be pretty life-changing, especially when it comes to audit season here. So let's jump back on into the presentation. So I don't pretend to be a mind reader, but I can tell a lot of what you're thinking. So that's all well and good, but adopting new technology is a major disruption. So I think we've got some time to address one of the bonus pain points here. Fears over the ease of integration and data sync are a major roadblock in tech adoption. We've heard it a dozen times regarding AP automation. How long until we're up and running? What is this going to look like for my AP team? Am I going to lose a load of data? All of these are very reasonable concerns. So let's take a minute to see how Sage AP Automation solves this problem. Sage AP Automation uses a simple sync tool to offer the best in-class integration. All of your legal entities log into the same sync tool via the server where your entities are hosted. You log in using your Sage credentials, and with the click of a button, you perform a full or partial sync with your Sage accounting software. You can schedule the sync at multiple periods during the day to catch any updates and make sure no data is lost. Other customers have found that complete integration, workflow, training, and sync takes an average of just 6 hours. And a little over half a day, you were up and running. So there is no disruption to your workflows, and it's a very minimal change of hands. So let's jump on into the demo again, and we'll quickly show you what it looks like to give you a few hours back into your day. All right, so when we're talking about this integration and this sync, so this would be the export tab here. So the way we connect, of course, it's a direct integration with that sync tool. That means we are pulling your vendor list, your GL account, any fields that you're coding to. So when we have this scheduled sync, these invoices go directly back into your financial system. You can schedule this to happen automatically. So let's just say every day. So you leave for the day. These are fully approved invoices. When you show up the next day, these have been pushed back into your Sage. They go back as an unposted batch, and they look exactly like a manually entered invoice as they do today. You will not know any changes. All you notice is that there's less time spent on data entry and chasing down approvals. Of course, if you need to, let's just say it's month end or you need to do a pay cycle, you can actually just click this button and these invoices flow back. And the nice thing with the direct integration is that if you make a change to your vendor list, your GL account, those changes are reflected in our system as well. So this helps with the data inaccuracy and making sure that we stay on top of any change done. So both systems have the same data. Awesome. Let's jump back into the slides. So let's do another poll. So would you be interested in a personalized demo of Sage AP automation for your organization? Awesome. So next steps. If you want a demonstration, feel free to book in. We will go over the demo, how it relates to you personally for your organization. So of course, this is a demo, very general, but we're going to go through a step-by-step process with you and your AP team or your organization. We're going to get you pricing, implementation, and workflow specific questions. Awesome. So that is all I have today for the information and the demo. So of course, we're going into our Q&A section next, but I would like to give Rob a section to talk if you'd like to add anything.
No, I think I'm good. That was a very good presentation today. I know a number of our customers are using different Sage solutions, whether it be Sage 300 or Sage Intacct, and I think it's great that Quadient can integrate with a number of different solutions and just become another module within the solution. So great job on presenting the functionality and how it can help businesses and organizations out. Thanks.
So thank you, Rob. So let's go over some questions here. Feel free to pop any into the chat box. I'm going to go over a few that have already been dropped in. So the first one here, what does support look like? That is a great question. So we do have built-in support. You don't have to pay anything extra for this. Upon wanting to move forward with us, you get paired up with an integration specialist. They're actually the ones that integrate you into the software. They build out your workflows, your approvals, your users, and they actually stick with you going forward. They're going to be there for questions, phone calls, whatever you need. So we are not just going to hand it over and leave you to figure it out on your own. We are going to be there every step of the way. And how does Sage APA connect with Sage? So of course, it is using that sync tool. So that is for server-based platforms. Sync tool to connect, it is a direct integration. And another question here. So for POs, this is a great question. So because we have a direct integration with Sage, that is how we pull over your PO data and your receivings data. So that process stays fairly similar to how you're doing right now in Sage. We don't want to change your process. We are just linking to pull over the POs into our system and pull your receiving information into the system. From there, we facilitate that automatic three-way match. And of course, this keeps your data accurate. Very good question there. Awesome. So it looks like all the questions for today. So thank you so much again for attending today's webinar with Sage AP Automation and Asyma Solutions. If you have any further questions, please feel free to reach out to us over here at Sage APA, to Rob, you have a whole team here to support you, and we are excited for you to book in and learn some more about our platform.